Bermuda Triangle is an ocean region in the Atlantic where dozens of ships and planes are claimed to have disappeared. The reason it is called the Bermuda Triangle is that the region forms a triangle between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. The area became popular in the 20th century due to the disappearance of U.S. Navy vessels and soldiers. For example, in 1918, the USS Cyclops, a 165-meter-long ship, carrying more than 300 people and 10,000 tons of manganese ore, disappeared near the Bermuda Triangle without even sending a distress signal. In 1941, one of Cyclops' sister ships, which followed almost the same route, also disappeared without a trace and was never found again. In 1945, the disappearance of 5 U.S. Navy bombers and their crew in the region made the Bermuda Triangle famous worldwide. Since then, many claims have been made about planes that crashed in the area and were never found. It is also said that some ships and boats vanished without leaving a trace and could not even send distress signals. Because of these disappearances, some believe that extraterrestrial beings exist in the Bermuda Triangle and abduct people to conduct experiments on them. Others claim that the Bermuda Triangle is actually an interdimensional portal, and those who disappear accidentally pass through it into another dimension. However, the truth about the Bermuda Triangle is very different. This week, we are heading to Bermuda Triangle to understand what lies beneath the region and investigate what might have caused all these disappearances. There are 2 people responsible for making the Bermuda Triangle as famous as it is today. One of them is Vincent, who first coined the term Bermuda Triangle and exaggerated the events in his books by adding fictional elements. The other is Charles, who also altered and published stories about the region in his books. Because of these 2 authors, the Bermuda Triangle is now perceived as a mysterious and hard-to-explore location. However, in reality, the situation is very different, and ships or planes entering the Bermuda Triangle do not just disappear for no reason. Believe it or not, there are dozens of planes and ships traveling through and transporting goods in the Bermuda Triangle at this very moment. For example, here you can see the locations of the ships currently within the Bermuda Triangle. And here, you can see the planes traveling in the area. You can even check these flight and ship locations yourself through a simple search. In short, the Bermuda Triangle is not an isolated place where those who enter mysteriously vanish. While a few planes and ships may have disappeared here in the past, if you compare the region's traffic in the global list of missing planes and ships, you would see that the number of disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle is actually quite low. If the Bermuda Triangle was truly a place where ships and planes constantly disappeared, no one would risk sending such expensive vehicles through it. Moreover, we have very logical explanations for why ships and planes that vanished in the Bermuda Triangle were never found. To understand this, we need to look beneath the Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle is home to the Puerto Rico Trench, the deepest part of the Atlantic Ocean. This trench is approximately 1,700 meters long, 700 meters wide, and 8,400 meters deep, making it one of the largest trenches on Earth. Therefore, one reason why no traces of crashed planes or sunken ships have been found in the area could be these deep waters. Additionally, precise measurements have revealed that the gravitational force in this area is often stronger than usual, which is also related to the Puerto Rico Trench. Research shows that the lithosphere in the trench, composed of rock and soil, is much denser than usual. This dense accumulation of rock and soil may have slightly increased the gravity in the region and contributed to the formation of the Puerto Rico Trench. If you were to drop an object into the Puerto Rico Trench, it would fall slightly faster compared to other places on Earth. This gravitational anomaly might have caused old navigation equipment to malfunction, leading to incorrect readings for sailors. Besides this, there are other factors that may have contributed to the disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle. For example, the Gulf Stream, which flows through the region, may have played a role in past ship disappearances. Today, due to climate change, this current has slowed down, but in the 1950s, it was much stronger than it is today. If your ship sank for any reason in the Gulf Stream during that period, things could have turned very bad for you. Even if a distress signal was answered within 10 minutes, these currents would have carried you 1.5 kilometers away from your last reported location. Considering the technology available between 1920 and 1950, you can imagine how easy it would be for a sinking ship to disappear into the depths of the Puerto Rico Trench due to these currents. Additionally, these currents are known to create massive storms. For example, Hurricane Sandy in 2012, which caused $70 billion in damage and led to the deaths of 233 people, became even more powerful when it passed over the Gulf Stream. Another possible reason for the disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle is the presence of methane hydrate deposits. Although we don't know whether such deposits exist on the Bermuda Triangle, methane hydrates are real. These are gas-rich compounds formed when water molecules in certain gases solidify under ocean pressure, and they are considered a potential future energy source. However, methane hydrates can suddenly break apart and even explode violently. When this happens, the suddenly released gas rushes to the ocean's surface, reducing the buoyancy of ships and potentially causing them to sink. Some scientists even believe that methane gas released into the atmosphere could interfere with aircraft engines and cause sudden explosions in the air. In fact, a scientific experiment has shown that these gases can indeed sink a ship. So, past disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle may have been caused by methane gas eruptions. However, you should know that trying to find a single explanation for all the ships and planes lost in the Bermuda Triangle is meaningless. As you can see, many different factors could be responsible for these disappearances. Over the years, studies conducted in the Bermuda Triangle have shown that there is no reason beyond natural phenomena for the disappearances of planes and ships in the area. Today, we know for certain that these disappearances are not due to alien activities or interdimensional portals. Instead of looking for supernatural explanations, it is much more reasonable to consider factors like poor engineering, human errors, or weather conditions. If there really was something unusual happening in this region, where thousands of planes and ships pass every month, no government or power could hide it from social media. Finally, while the exact number of lost planes and ships is uncertain, it is estimated that around 50 ships and 20 planes have disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle over the years. Considering that thousands of vehicles pass through the Bermuda Triangle each month, this actually makes it one of the safest routes in the world. Whether conspiracy theorists like it or not, the Bermuda Triangle is one of the busiest air and sea traffic areas, and is far from being a desolate, dangerous place. Moreover, it will likely remain so in the future. If you enjoy this type of content, be sure to check out my channel. But before you do, don't forget to subscribe and turn on all notifications.